Sarah from Sarah's Holistic Health, and today I am going to make a pumpkin soup in time for Halloween. And I'm still on my no sugar cleanse, so I'm feeling really good. Today is day 10, and so I wanted something, as it's getting colder outside, something nice and warm and comforting. And seeing as pumpkins are in season now and it's very Halloweeny, and also I can scoop out the middle and then still make a pumpkin face. Okay, so it's a really simple recipe. It's nutritious, easy, and nice and warming. Hi, it's Sarah from Sarah's Holistic Health, and today I'm going to make you pumpkin soup. Feeling very festive, and I've been eating loads of this lately. It's my favourite at the moment, and because it's Halloween this weekend, I bought a pumpkin especially so I could carve out a face. Although that went wrong, and all that I have left is now this pumpkin heart. So I'm going to need to buy another one and try again. Okay, so I've scooped out all the flesh from the middle of the pumpkin and got quite a lot, so that's all in there. It's going to make a massive batch. I've got an onion. I'm going to use red onion because I prefer the flavour of it. So I'm just going to chop this up. Small slices. And this soup is really easy to make. With this soup, I think less is more, so you don't really need many ingredients to give it flavour. The pumpkin's enough. So I'm going to use coconut oil to fry the onion, and that is because it's a healthier choice, and also when you're heating it, it doesn't change the molecular structure of the oil. Some oils, when they're heated, are actually toxic to the body, and coconut butter retains all of its nutrients, and it doesn't turn toxic when you heat it. So I always try and fry my food in coconut oil. Okay, so I've got my coconut oil. I'm going to pop that into a pan. I'm going to get the biggest pan I can because I've got loads of pumpkin to use up. So I'm just going to put a tablespoon of the coconut oil, heat that up gently. Okay, so once that's heated, I'll add the onion. Okay, the coconut oil's heated, and now I'm going to add the onions to the pan. Let's stir. Okay, so I leave that to heat through. Once the onions go a bit translucent, and then I'll be adding all of my pumpkin. So I've got loads of it here. Usually I'd cut it into cubes, but because I was trying to carve a pumpkin, I had to scoop it out with a spoon, which took forever. So if you're doing it and you don't want to save your pumpkin, then just cut it in half and then take off the skin and take all the seeds out and cut it into cubes, into small cubes, and then it will cook quick. Okay, the onions are nearly done. I also add a few spices and herbs to my soup. Cinnamon and nutmeg and some paprika, and also some salt and pepper as well. the onions are ready. And I'm going to add the pumpkin. So cut a little bit of this up into small pieces. This will cook really fast because it's in such small pieces. Usually when it's in cubes, it takes around 20 minutes. This is going to last for ages, which is good because it is a favourite in this house at the moment. So it might turn orange soon if I eat any more of it.
I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doopa dee dee. If you are right.
Right. Okay, so that's all in, and you need enough water just to cover the top because I'm going to blend this, and you don't want it to be too watery. So you want just enough water that the pumpkin will cook. You can use stock if you want, like a vegetable stock, but I prefer just to use water and then season it myself. With the pumpkin soup, you don't want an overly strong stock because otherwise you won't get the full flavour of the pumpkin. Okay, so I'm going to whack the heat up on that just to start the water simmering. Okay, so it's now simmering and we're going to simmer it for about probably about 15-20 minutes, and I'll test it with a fork to see when it's done. Okay, so the pumpkin has now been simmering for about 20 minutes and it's all soft, you can see, and the water's just above the pumpkin. Okay, so now it's ready to blend up. So I'll actually add all my spices when it's in the blender, because that way it's easier to mix it all up together. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer this to the blender now. Okay, so I'm going to transfer the pumpkin now into the blender. Try not to burn myself because it's boiling. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in here. Try not to spill it everywhere. This blender takes quite a lot, so that's good. Okay, I can pour the rest of the liquid in, scrape it all out. I just need to scrape out the rest of the onion that's at the bottom of the pan. Okay, so that's all in there. I'm going to blend it for a little first and then add the spices. So I'm going to start it on a low speed. It's piping hot and it smells lovely. Okay, so I'm going to put the spices in now. Usually when I'm working, I normally just kind of don't ever measure out spices. I kind of just go from taste testing. But with the nutmeg, I only put a small amount of this in because it's quite strong and you only want like a subtle flavour with it. That's what I like personally anyway, not too much. The cinnamon, I usually use about a teaspoon. Because this is a bigger batch, I might need a little bit more. And paprika, half a teaspoon. In there. And then some sea salt. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of sea salt in for now. Okay, so I'm going to give it another blend. Okay, so it smells really good. I can't wait. I'm having this for my lunch. Okay, so I'm going to try and taste it even though it's really hot, so I'll try not to burn my mouth. Okay. It's really good. I think it needs a little bit more salt, but after that it's going to be perfect. So, put that in there. So I'm going to blend it up again. I'm going to serve this up for my lunch, probably with some rye bread, and I will show you what it looks like when I serve it in the bowls. Okay, so I've served up the pumpkin soup from the blender into the bowls, and I've decorated it with my heart pumpkin for you. Okay, so now's the taste test. I've added a little bit more salt and some pepper as well. Really good, really lovely. It's such a nice soup for this time of weather now. It's getting colder and it's really comforting. So I hope you've enjoyed the recipe. It's really easy to make. I was also going to mention that you can add coconut milk if you have any in the house. Half a can of coconut milk goes really well with the pumpkin and it makes it a little bit more creamier. Okay, so enjoy and have a great day, and I'll be back with more recipes from Sarah's Holistic Health. Bye!